There are some very exciting developments underway in the realm of social media. The right is finally getting its act together. And this is overdue. I wish it happened, yesterday, but it's happening today and it's going to continue to happen tomorrow. Let me begin by noting the extreme censoriousness of the mainstream platforms. I see just today that Twitter suspended an account called the Maxwell Trial Tracker. This is, by the way, an account providing factual details of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. But evidently, Twitter decided to shut that down, I guess because too many awkward names might come up. And so you can see this is on Facebook. The censorship continues on YouTube and even on Twitter, perhaps even more with the new CEO, Parag Agarwal, who has said somewhat infamously, he's, quote, not to be bound by the First Amendment. Ron DeSantis called these digital platforms the censorship arm of the Democratic Party, I guess in the same way that, say, Antifa or BLM is the paramilitary, the thug arm of the Democratic Party. And for a while there, conservatives were, it seems, at the receiving end of all this. And our platforms, in that case, Parler, didn't really seem to work all that well. Parler was, in a sense, taken down in a coordinated strike. It's now back up. But the big kahuna here is going to be the Trump platform. If Trump can get this platform to work well, it's going to be a juggernaut. Devin Nunes, by the way, has just announced he's going to be stepping down soon as a congressman to become the head of the Trump platform. And Nunes is a fighter. I think it's probably going to be a very good choice. But the left is already sensing that something big is happening here. And so I see right away that Trump SPAC, the SPAC is the shell corporation that has taken the Trump platform public, is under investigation by two federal agencies, the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. It's called FINRA. Both of them have dashed off a bunch of questions to the Trump SPAC, to the Trump media group, to say, in effect, please give us a list of this and a list of that, a list of your meetings, a list of your directors. What progress have you made so far? And now this is within the law, but you can see the political targeting here. In fact, just about 3 weeks before these letters went out to the Trump platform, Elizabeth Warren demanded that a federal investigation begin into this platform. Here's Elizabeth Warren, quote, "Nobody is above the law, and there may have been serious violations of security laws during the proposed merger of Digital World Acquisition Corp. And Trump's media company." So the relentless assault against Trump continues. But I should say that investors don't seem to be freaked out. The Trump media platform, which launched the SPAC value was $10, I believe, when it first came out. It's now $43, so basically a 400% gain already, with probably a lot more to come when the platform actually launches. Now, to give a little bit of context for all this, it's important to note that conservatives do a lot of complaining about why the left dominates this and why the left dominates that. And it's rare that we do something about it. We have done something about it in two areas, and we have had fantastic results. The first area is talk radio. When Rush Limbaugh started, talk radio was not dominated by the right. But Limbaugh basically became the towering dominant figure in talk radio, and of course, a number of others, not just Limbaugh. Salem Media Corporation, which co-sponsors this podcast, has become a powerful force in radio. Dan Bongino, Mark Levin, many others. So we dominate talk radio. We don't complain about talk radio. We sort of own it. Similarly, in cable news, you had CNN, which was the pioneer. They went out front. And they appeared to have a kind of Amazon-style dominant, invincible position. NBC announced it was launching MSNBC. So you have a huge network getting behind another cable channel, and it looked like conservatives couldn't possibly compete in that kind of space. But fortunately, through the combination of Roger Ailes, the creativity of Roger Ailes, and the entrepreneurship and the money of Rupert Murdoch, we got Fox News Channel. And now you can say our side dominates cable news. Now, we don't dominate media, not by a long shot, but in the cable space, Fox News Channel has as many viewers, I believe, as CNN and MSNBC put together, with some to spare. So this shows that we can compete in the marketplace, but we haven't been competing in the digital platform marketplace, at least not at the same level. Think of how huge Facebook is and how huge YouTube is. But now, finally, our platforms are getting out the gate. The most powerful platform currently is Rumble. I believe 40 plus million followers, which is downright awesome. The two biggest figures on Rumble, by the way, are Dan Bongino and me, at least at last count. And Rumble is huge. Getter is getting bigger and growing fast. Parler is back. There are other platforms which I'll mention in the next segment. So I'm delighted to say that we are not just complaining about tech supremacy and the evils of big tech, which we should complain about, but we're also building alternatives, which I think have the potential long term to be even bigger than those mainstream platforms are now.